Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. It is good to see you guys. Hello, E. I hope you're doing well. Yes, I am your family tarot reader. For those of you who may be new, this is not the normal setup. I am back at my parents' house. I was working out here today, so I decided to stay out here. And yeah, so you won't be able to see the cards, but I like on the card cam, like the usual one, but I will show you each card as I pull it. And I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. And I am using my beautiful Couture Tarot deck today. My basic menu of readings can be found pinned at the bottom of the chat there, starting with my basic mini reading. That is one question and consists of 5 cards and is a donation amount of $7.77 if you donate using Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. If you need to use SuperChat, it is $9.99. And then I also offer my full reading that consists of 10 cards, and that can be just one full question, or it can be split into 2 individual 5-card questions, and that is a donation amount of $14.14. Again, unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it is $20.20. And then finally, I offer my in-depth or expanded reading, which I highly recommend. That is 15 cards. That's as deep as I go. I won't do a reading that's any more than 15 cards. That's my rule with me. It's my rule with everyone. I think it's doing you a disservice. You're using too many cards if you're doing more than 15. I think this is perfect. It really gets to the bottom of things. And that, again, can be just one full expanded question, or it can be split into one 10-card reading and one 5-card reading, or you can split it into 3 individual 5-card readings. But that's a donation amount of $21.21. If you donate with Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo, if you need to use Super Chat, it's $29.29. And I answer all, as I mentioned, I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical or legal questions. I answer a lot of spiritual questions. A lot of folks will come and just ask for general messages from their angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Lots of questions about career, school, future endeavors, but also lots of questions about romance and love. Hello, Miss Felicia. How are you doing, love? Speaking of beautiful, how are you? Good to see you. Happy Sunday to you. Yeah, I'm over at my parents' place, as you can see. Still just spending time with Kitty. Yeah, so that's why I'm here. And I was also working out here. So you don't have the card. Where's your mic? I can hear you well at times and others not so well. It's my voice. I need to get a mic for this laptop. I used to have one for my old desktop. I don't anymore. I don't have that. I have switched to my laptop now. So yeah, I need to get a microphone. I'm so sorry. When it goes lower, it's because my voice is just getting lower. And if I'm saying something that's lower, it's usually something that I'm muttering because it's not important or I'm embarrassed to say it. That's 90% of the time, if you're having a difficult time hearing me, it's not important anyway. The important stuff I will project, and I'm sorry about that. I'll do my best to project my voice better. I'm sorry if it sounds kind of weak. Yeah, so my love reading, I highly recommend that. It doesn't, I've tried to change the name a couple times to the TFI spread, but it's just not catching on, so we're just going to call it the OG love reading. But this reading does not have to be just for someone who's romantic in your life. If you're just curious as to how someone's regarding you, I highly recommend the love spread. Felicia's gotten it multiple times. It's very thorough. It answers 5 major questions in one. Tells you what your person's current thoughts are towards you, their current feelings, their current intentions, their general energies towards the connection, and your general energies towards the connection. And it can be done with a mini reading or a full reading or an expanded reading. It is entirely up to you, and it's at no additional donation amount. It's simply a suggestion for reading. Oh, the irony that The name of this channel is Starry Tarot, and I still can't show my left eye. I've still got this thing on my left eye, so I'm still like, I really want to put my hair up. It is so hot. It is so hot. I really want to put my hair up, but can't do it. Anyway, because I don't have my faceless set up. Back in the day, I could just do faceless readings. Oh well. Anywho, yeah, highly recommend the love spread, even if you're not in a romantic connection with someone. I've done it for people's friends, family members, co-workers, all sorts of people. If you're just curious how someone sees you and regards you, it's an excellent question to ask. I also offer soulmate confirmation readings. Those consist of 10 cards and can be asked in one of two different ways. The first, and this I do recommend for those of y'all who are currently in a connection with someone. It does not have to be romantic. Again, it's just a connection with someone. It could be a friend, a family member, a neighbor, anybody who is currently connected to you in some way in your life. We ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides. The first way we can do it is we ask them directly if the person is indeed a soulmate of yours, and if they are, they'll explain why and what context. If the answer is no, they'll also explain why not. They won't leave you hanging. The second way we can ask is we ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if they give their divinely ordained blessing towards the connection. And if they do, that is definitely a big fat yes. They'll explain in what context, again, they are your soulmate. Or if they say no, they'll explain why they don't give their divinely ordained blessing. But yeah, highly recommend that reading for those of you who have been in a connection, romantic or nay, for maybe a few months now, and you're starting to wonder the depth of things. Highly recommend that. And that is a donation amount of $16.16, unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it's $23.23. And then I also offer past life regression readings. I've been studying past life regression therapy since I was a very little girl, and I discovered a way of channeling people's past lives through tarot maybe 2 years into my professional practice, and started offering it as a reading, and they are endlessly fascinating, and it is truly remarkable how they can really get us in touch with and explain so much about who we are as people and our journey. I've explained people's irrational fears. I've explained people's recurring dreams, nightmares, certain proclivities towards areas of travel or cultural interests, even academic interests. Yeah, it is fascinating, and there's no limit to the intent behind what we ask in terms of asking spirit to please illustrate a past life of yours. We can ask them to illustrate the past life of yours, and we have many. Some of us have more than others, depending on how old of a soul we are, but we have many past lives, and there's really no limit. You can ask spirit to illustrate a past life of yours. That was the most challenging. That was the most fortunate. That was the most favored, or the one that's the most similar to what you're facing in your life now, or completely polar opposite. There's really no limit. I've had clients who had multiple past life readings, and they're very illuminating. Highly recommend those. It's never a boring day for the past life reading. And those are a donation amount of $19.19 if you donate using Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. The normal way, the preferred way. If you need to use SuperChat, my past life readings are $23.23. They're $27.27. I also offer private readings. Oh, yeah, I do. I offer private readings. I offer two different types of private readings. The first type of private reading that I offer is by appointment only. Either email me or you can send me a message over on Instagram. And we schedule a time that is right for you and me, and there's no limit to the allotted time. If you need to extend it, we can extend it, but within that time frame, there's no limit to the number of questions we can answer. There's no limit to what you think you want to explain to me, the context, the backstory, whatever, what have you. It's done over Zoom. I can do them from here. I won't be here for too long, but if you do them from my place, which I'll be in the next few days, you can see the table as well. It's up to you. Some people don't care to see the cards at all. Some people do. But what's really the crucial part of the private reading is that it offers you that level of privacy that that any kind of live streams can offer. And it helps me understand you more as a person. It helps you understand me more as a reader. And you get that completely undivided attention that is nearly impossible to give when you're reading from multiple people. So it's, provides you with that privacy, that discretion, and that level of convenience. And we really get deep, too. We really get deep. And then alternatively, I do offer private readings at no additional donation amount. They are not one-on-one, but they are at your convenience, and they are private. They are done over Instagram voice memos, voice memos over DMs, or typed over email. But they are not on a live stream, so you get that level of privacy. You also get that level of convenience if you have a question that you need me to answer and you don't see me online. Just send me your donation with your question. Make sure you have your question, and I can answer it for you, which is really convenient when I'm traveling, especially. I can return your query at the very latest in 24 hours. Like if I don't have like internet service, usually I can do it within about 1 to 3 hours. And again, that's done over voice memos over Instagram, which y'all should also follow me, or typed, of which I'm a very good writer, over email. I'm also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. If that is something that you are interested in, please let me know. I would be honored to read for you. I don't have all of my materials with me today to enable me to do a mediumship. I forgot one of the most crucial materials that I need back in my place, but it is okay. I will be there soon. But that is also a service that I offer. I do need to know your loved one's name, their date of birth, their date of passing, and their relation to you. It's super, super helpful if you can provide me with a photograph, but it's not necessary, not mandatory by any means. I've gotten in touch with plenty of folks on the other side that I have not had a photograph of. It just offers me that extra level of confirmation. And those are a donation amount of $35.35. Unless you need to SuperChat, which is $50.50. And by extra level of confirmation, I don't even mean, I mean, here's what's, basically, I see who I'm talking to, and it just confirms to me that I'm not losing it. Like, I really do have this gift, I do have this ability, and I know I'm not the only one. I believe we all have it. I believe I've had it for a very long time. I believe I was untapped. I was not tapping into it until I was about maybe 28 or so. But that's why I like the photograph, because I'll see them, and I often like getting the photograph sometimes after I've gotten into contact with them. It's like, yes, of course, that's them. Like, I see them, like, it's always, it never fails to blow my mind. Tarot itself never fails to blow my mind. And I'm probably the least oomby-goomby, for lack of a better word, misty, swirly of the tarot readers out there. I'm pretty rooted in logic and science, but I absolutely do believe in the supernatural and that which cannot be proven by science. And it never fails to completely boggle my mind and just fill me with so much joy and inspiration. Yeah, that was kind of corny, but it's true. Anyway, so with that, the donation queue is indeed open. So if you are interested in a reading, please let me know. Just send me your donation. You will be read for next. Thank you so very much. And we just received a donation from Miss Yahoo. Thank you so much, love, for your donation. And yes, I will mute it. I will never say your name. How can I help you, love? I hope you're having a good Sunday. And sorry, I don't have my bell with me today, so I can't ring my bell. But how can I help you, love? Yahoo, are you here? Absolutely, you got it. All right, love. We have the Tower, Death reversed, and 10 of Wands reversed. Interesting. We have both the 10 of Swords reversed and the 10 of Wands reversed. Now, when I look at these two cards, I see them at, and I know I've read quite a bit for you, but I swear these cards come up quite a bit. These tens and reversals, which to me signify and are heralding an end to difficulties, an ending, especially the Ten of Wands reversed, an ending of burdens, an ending of the uphill struggle, the uphill battle of carrying the metaphorical 10 wands on your own, uphill, in the snow, finding that support, finding emotional support, finding actual support from others, excuse me, which returns to what I know I've seen in a lot of your readings, if I'm remembering correctly. Definitely seeing a lot of messages, excuse me, definitely seeing a lot of messages suggesting, I think I need a glass of water. I'm so sorry. One moment. My apologies. Sorry, it's something stuck in my throat. And when that happens, it's usually when I've got like a big message. So I know you listen to what I'm saying, but this is big. I do indeed remember seeing this Ten of Wands for you, not just on one occasion, quite quite a few times, and quite recently. Because I'm the explanation I'm trying to get here. I'm seeing all the same stuff, that reconnecting with others, that it signifies that you've been working really hard for an extended amount of time, carrying too many responsibilities and burdens on your own, and in connecting with others that share your dream of whatever your dreams are. They also help in carrying those burdens and shouldering those burdens. Even if they're just friends of ours that don't have the exact same vision that we have, I still see spirit pushing you to either reconnect with others, or to connect with new folks. It's a message I get a lot from my guides. I'm not saying this because they say it to me all the time. But spirit wants us to be with other people. I don't mean that in a romantic context. They typically do want us to, if that's what we want, they want us to just be happy, but it's people, humans created. God never, I don't know if you believe in God. God, according to my religion, the one thing that God did not create was love. Human beings did. And for that, it's not just romantic love, it's community, it's spending time with others. And I don't know how much time. We had that Hermit verse card yesterday. Just coming out, putting yourself out there, reconnecting with people or connecting with new people. I get the sense that spirit is definitely pushing you in the direction of connecting with others, of connecting with the world around you in a much greater scope than you have been in recent days, in a major way. Starting with this Tower card, I've noticed in a couple of your readings, new beginnings, really brand new, fortuitous, like really fortuitous brand new beginnings, really fortuitous brand new beginnings. That are life changers. And the Tower, I know you know tarot as well. The Tower can be seen negatively and it can be seen positively. So just depending on the energy of the reading. The energy that I'm getting from this is very positive, very light, especially with this Death reversed. This is like your world needs to be shaken up. You need some kind of a Tower. And I've even said this to myself, like, there have been times where I needed a Tower moment in order to break free, to get me out of my comfort zone. Because when we stay in our comfort zone, that's when things get stagnant. That's when we don't see the gears moving. And Spirit is saying that you've got it. You may not feel confident, but you have every reason to feel confident and secure. And I can't tell you to feel confident. I can't tell you to just magically have confidence. It's a difficult thing to. And some people are born very, very arrogant, very super, a little too confident. But it's not super easy for all of us. But if, as RuPaul said, if we don't love I'm not saying you don't love yourself, but you got to show people what you've got. You got to give them, show them why they should be friends with you. Show them why they should be connecting with you more and spending time with you. And it is, I'm not going to even say it can be scary to put yourself out there. As someone who does it regularly, not just romantically, but also most of the time just with friends, finding new friends. I went on a friend date with someone new this week that I met at my temple. It can be just as nerve-wracking as putting ourselves out there in the dating world. But those connections that we make with people are so crucial. They lead us. I mean, even just looking back at my life, I think of all the different directions I've gone, and how I never would have been able to have gone here if I hadn't have met this one person, or I would never have had this one opportunity if I'd never met that one person that one day. Like, people really do connect us, and people can, as my coworker said today, people can be complete total dickheads. They can be assholes, but they can also be really wonderful, and can really and really show ourselves, like we can, as we are show ourselves, like we bounce off of each other. It's important to have that yin and yang, to have that energy crossover with other folks. And I'm not saying that you're a hermit and you don't talk to anybody, and you hide away. I'm not suggesting that at all, but I am noticing a pattern in your readings of a reminder, and pretty, I don't want to say every reading I've done for you, but in a big, I'd say a big majority of them, there's often a message of connect with others. It will open up your world in so many ways. It will shake your world up in wonderful ways and get you out of this feeling of stagnancy, of things just being stuck or feeling stuck. And change, like the tower, it can be scary, but what's scary is not necessarily bad. As I've said, as I told you, I can't tell you how many times I've really needed a tower moment in my life. And looking back at it, I wouldn't call it bad. I wouldn't call those moments necessarily bad at all. I've been through a few bad tower moments, but I've been through a few that were more reflective and, shook me out of my comfort zone, and pushed me in a direction I needed to go that I likely wouldn't have pushed myself. And that's part of that Page of Wands, is trying to remind you that the angels have your back, but they need you to meet them halfway. You know, they can be there for you all the time, but they can't be there for you in the same way that other humans can, that are truly supportive of you. So I think expanding that is something I really would like to see. Again, I don't personally know your life, or you might have like a huge revolving door of friends and colleagues, and are exhausted by people. I could be barking up the wrong tree. I don't know. But I do keep on getting this message of, if you are associating with a lot of people, they're not the right people. And that's where I keep on getting this message of, it's either, I can't quite tell if it's connecting with people just in general, or connecting with the right people. King of Swords, delineating who's worth keeping in your life, who's really lifting you up, who's really valuing you. You're an Aquarius, and what, assessing whether they're really worth it. Okay. So that is what I see there for you, love. Thank you very, very much, Yadahu. I appreciate you as always, and I hope I brought you some clarity there. And I hope the rest of your, well, I guess the weekend's almost over, but hope you had a lovely weekend, and a lovely, lovely week coming up. Thank you so much again. Thank you. And the donation list is the donation queue is once again open. So if anyone has any questions, I am here for you. Thank you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Yadahu. Love and light to you. Hi, Yadahu. Thank you so much for your donation, love. What direction does Spirit want me to go in? Okay, I'm more than happy to answer that question for you, love. It just might. It's one of the harder questions to ask, or to answer. Really, I was very. There were like several. This was about 6 or 7 years ago. There were several different directions I was looking into going into, and just really wasn't sure. And then at one point, I was like, I don't even know what direction at all. And I would ask tarot a lot, and it would often be like kind of vague, like the answers, but it's not like they can tell us what we're supposed to do. If there's an alternative, I can ask just directly what spirit wants, what direction spirit wants to go in, or we can do something I call a throwdown reading, where you give me like 3 different examples, or even 5 different examples, because it's a mini reading, or even 2 or 1. But maybe confirmation of 1, or if you give me like say, I don't know, just purely example, like writer, or I don't know, accounting, or teacher, and then we would pull a card for each, and it would help you decide which direction. We can totally do that. I think that's the most comprehensive, like succinct way of answering it. Again, I can ask it just directly, like what direction should Yadahu go in, or do you want her to go in? But it just might not be quite as clear. But again, I'm happy. Which would you prefer, though? I don't. I mean, I guess I don't have a preference. I was gonna say I would only have a preference if you had a clear idea. But if you just want to do it generally, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. ERB. All right, we have Knight of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles reversed, 2 of Pentacles reversed, 7 of Swords, and the Empress reversed. Starting with this Knight of Pentacles being the first card, the Knight of Pentacles I always see as the workhorse. It's the person who gets the job done, and who really, really, really excels and is at whatever they do. And it's usually one particular thing that I'm seeing when it comes to Knight of Pentacles energy. It's usually someone who has a specific skill set, in a very strong skill set in one particular area. And I'm furthermore seeing that with this 2 of Pentacles reversed right here in the center, that while there are multitude of directions for you to go in, Spirit is definitely saying to focus on one, which is very much that Knight of Swords energy of that I was talking about yesterday, like detangling one's thoughts and goals, and really focusing on the one that, or not and you don't have to just focus on one, but in this case, I think that's where Spirit wants you to start out here, is to not overextend yourself, to not look at not look at several different options, but to start if it means starting a list of different options and directions you would like to go, say that list is maybe a list of 5, make a list of pros and cons, and whichever one has the highest amount of pros, that's where I would start. That is where I would start. And I do want some clarity with this 6 of Pentacles reversed. I think I know what it's saying here. Okay, that's really difficult for me to put together here. I want some. Sorry, give me a moment here. I want some more clarity with this 7 of Swords and this Empress here, because I don't know what you do for a living, and you do not have to share that with me. It's none of my business. But there's definitely, I mean, all the Pentacles here are definitely showing me work. With the 7 of Swords, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. The 7 of Swords, I was not getting the traditional 7 of Swords energy. I would tell you, I would be completely honest, if I felt that you were on the horizon of someone who's about to steal from you, who's about to betray you, or really hurt you, I would see warning signs in my head, and I would tell you that is not the energy I'm getting from this card. The energy I'm getting from it is what I learned this. I don't know if it was through you, but I was doing a reading for someone earlier this week, and I marveled at how I've been reading for a year. I don't even want to say how long I've been reading for, because I'm getting less comfortable saying how old I am. I've been reading a very long time, and it never ceases to amaze me how I am constantly learning. And one of the definitions of 7 of Swords that I'm seeing here, that I believe it was you, maybe it wasn't, but this card is also symbolic of the need for smart and strategic thinking in the face of a current challenge. The asker has the foresight, resourcefulness, and the skills needed to overcome any obstacles. Having belief in yourself. That's another theme that I'm seeing in a lot of readings of yours, is Spirit really, really like hammering it home that you are a talented person. You have so much value and skill, and I don't know if you just haven't been told by enough people, you haven't received enough accolades, or maybe people haven't been too kind to you in your skills and your value. But Spirit really wants to let you know. I remember that Strength Reverse card yesterday. They really want to let you know you do have this. You've got this. And in terms of the direction that you want to go, again, that's not something that Spirit can tell you. There's no one right direction for you to go in. But in what I'm saying, while there's no one right way for you to go, they want you to start honing in on one. Compiling a list of the things, of the different directions that you would ideally like to go, and making pros and cons, and weighing, what's really feasible, what's not. Hi, Eli, Julie, welcome. But really delineating not just what's feasible and what's not, but what would be best for you at the end of the day, the best path for you to take. And the 6 of Pentacles reversed, I believe, is a reminder from Spirit to, while they definitely encourage you in connecting with others, especially people who are going to support your dreams and support the path that you want to go on, when people don't support your dreams and when they don't support the path that you want to go on, to do your very, very best to not let that affect your ultimate power and ability, because you do have such a wellspring of strength and value, and I'm starting to wonder if, because Spirit believes it, I feel it, I see it, and with this Empress reversed, I'm wondering if that's what this is also alluding to, is a lack of belief in oneself. Can I ask for a mini reading by a super chat? Absolutely, yeah. It's $9.99 over super chat. Thank you. This Empress reverse to me is telling me that I don't want to say that you're not fully seated in your divine feminine energies. It's not the energy I'm getting from this. I'm getting more a self-doubt energy. So I do wonder if you are a creative person. I'm guessing you are, but I could be wrong. But this often comes up when people are doubtful of their own abilities, often of the artistic variety. Hi, Eliza. I don't remember the last time I read for you, but I'm sure. Oh, Eliza Mancini? I used to read for a girl. That must be you, right? I mean, there's a lot of not too many Elizas out there. That might be you. I think it's you. If it is, welcome back, hon. Good to see you. Long time no see. But yeah, so in conclusion, what I'm seeing here, Yadahu, is Spirit is really pushing you to hone in on one thing, and they can't tell you what it is. They can't tell you. They wish they could, but they can't. That would be. I mean, they can't. That we have free will. They can't dictate our lives. We have to make that. That's what life is for. That's part of what we were put on this planet for, is to figure that out. To figure out which paths to take, to figure out which direction to go, to figure out, what our purpose is, what we're here for. I think it's hard because I lost my way. Yeah. And I think in losing your way, it doesn't mean that you can't find your way back. If you were on a path and a trajectory that sounds like you didn't want it to come to a close, it doesn't. I don't think that it has, and I think I might have mentioned that in another reading for you too. Is I don't think that all is lost, or all is not. What is the? I don't know. All is not lost. All is not lost here. And yeah, it's possible you've lost your way, but it does not mean that you can't redirect yourself on the same path, because it sounds like that's truly what you're passionate about, and that's the path that I can tell you, and I believe Spirit would agree with me here, that's the path that you're supposed to take, is the one that inspires you, the one that you're passionate about. No one else can tell you that, It is you! Oh my gosh! Welcome back, girl! Welcome back, and thank you so much for your donation, girl. And thank you, Miss Yadahu, for your donation. I hope I brought you some clarity there. I feel you, because I've been there. I've been not in the exact same place, but yeah, that where you are at a crossroads and questioning, the next step. You'll find it for sure. I think it's the path that you may have lost your way on. I think you can return. I really do. It sounds like that is what you want. You're very welcome again, love. You are very welcome. All right, Eliza. So you said you posted your question below. Give me just one sec here. I might have something for you, or I might not. I might be crazy. Oh, well, you owed me $5.55 from back in 2022 or something, but I'm not. unless you want to pay that. I thought I owed you 5 cards. Sometimes I owe people readings, but I guess it's the other way around. But I'm not gonna hold you to it. It's all good, babe. Just good to see you. Okay, so I have been in this new tumultuous relationship with Giovanni. I'm a Gemini and he's Pisces. Things are a bit rocky with him, but I feel a big connection. No, I have it in my notes, and it's from so long ago. It's literally from 2021, like right when I started my channel. So yeah, way back in the day. So if you want to, love, if you want to, and I'll throw some extra cards in for you too. I thought I had a gift for you. I thought I had a reading to give you. By the way, I think I have a reading for you. You're all good, sweetheart. Thank you. But yeah. If you want to, we'll throw some extra cards in here for you. Why not? Okay, so you and Giovanni. Okay, did you want to do the thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread? And you guys have been together for, I'm going to guess maybe 3 months? How long have you guys been together? What do you see that as? So you want me to ask what the future is between you and Giovanni? Or and you've been together for 2 months? Or you wanted to do, or did you want to do the thoughts, feelings, and intentions? It's been 2 months. Yeah, it sounds like it's about that time where it's things feel good, but it's it's where you start, thinking about the future. Precisely. We will do that for you, darling. Let's get into this. He's a Pisces. I have a hard time dating Pisces. I date mostly Geminis and Leos. I'm an Aquarius, so I don't know. Let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please let me know. Let us know what lies ahead for Eliza and Giovanni. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lies ahead between Eliza and Giovanni? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lies ahead between Eliza and Giovanni? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lies ahead between Eliza and Giovanni? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lies ahead between Eliza and Giovanni? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lies ahead between Eliza and Giovanni? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lies ahead between Eliza and Giovanni? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lies ahead between Eliza and Giovanni? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lies ahead between Eliza and Giovanni? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lies ahead between Eliza and Giovanni? Wait, so are you guys boyfriend and girlfriend? You work together. Oh, but he's quitting his job. Okay, but he's also pushing you away in a weird way. I mean, I'm gonna try my best to not be prejudiced against him as a Pisces man, because I've only dated a few and they were the worst. I'm not trying to scare you, but they were the worst to deal with. Don't know if I'll ever date another one again, but we'll see what's going on here. Okay, so let's see. We have Ace of Swords, the Sun reversed, Page of Wands reversed, the Empress reversed, and Three of Pentacles. So y'all work together, I see that. He seems like sabotaging this, and it's strange. Also, he's 37, I'm 57. Oh, so you're 47, and he's 37. Okay, yeah, I don't know if I could date a man who was 10 years younger than me. I'm 40. I went on a date with a 30-year-old, and I was like, I felt like I could be his mom. I don't know, maybe he was just super immature, but maybe this is an old soul, Pisces. I don't know. They often can be. They often are very, very old souls, but their maturity shows in interesting ways, especially with the men. They can be really mature and stoic in a lot of ways, and then in others, it's just are you for real? Are you in high school? What? I am getting very youthful energy from him. Now, so you guys work together. Excuse me, I want to show you me. So, excuse me. So it feels like there is a really obscure connection. It is obscure, and I see that with the sun reversed here. Is that I'm assuming that you guys flirt together, but and I don't think he flirts with other girls, at least not at his work, at y'all's work. Here's the thing: is we've got this Three of Pentacles, which is literally collaborative working with somebody. So we know, if you hadn't have told me that you guys work together, I would have asked you. I would have been like, do you guys work together? Like, this really feels like y'all work together. So I'm for sure getting that energy here. And, but you said he's leaving. Now, yeah, this is a very confusing reading, because on one hand, the first card that we have is the Ace of Swords. That's a beginning. It's definitely a beginning. It's not the Ace of Cups. It's not the Ace of Wands or Pentacles. I'd say it's probably the least favorable of the aces for a romantic connection. That's where I got the sense that you guys definitely have a lot of back and forth. You guys flirt and chat with each other quite a bit. But he seems upside down. He treats me with admiration, but also keeps secrets. It feels like he doesn't let me in completely. Yeah, I don't think he's completely honest, love. This Sun reversed card. I don't think he's completely honest about his entire life. Either he's a divorcee or he's still married, but there's something going on. Or perhaps he's got kids he doesn't want you to know about. But I do feel the Sun is definitely concealing something. And it doesn't look like he's concealing feelings from you. You can sense that he has feelings for you. He likes you. I can sense it too. But I also sense that there's something he's not saying that you wouldn't be able to abide by. And this is what really bothers me, is this Page of Wands reversed, more this Empress reversed. This is what's making me and okay, I told you I wasn't going to go into this with him thinking the whole time he's a Pisces, but it just occurred to me again that he's a Pisces. They do have a tendency to be very, very good liars. And that's always been my problem with them. The ones that I've dated were the only guys that ever cheated on me, were Pisces. And they were always accusing me of cheating on them too. It's the ones that accuse of cheating that are often almost always the cheaters. So this Empress reversed is telling me that I think he's already got an Empress. And it doesn't mean that he doesn't like you. Doesn't mean that he doesn't have fun interacting with you at work, and I see that with this upright Three of Pentacles and this Ace of Swords, but it also means he can't take it farther than where it's already gone. He does accuse me of things he does himself. There you go. Yeah, they're pretty good at that. And I'm not just Pisces men, but of course there's other men and women of different signs that are very good at that. But I've noticed that Pisces men can be extremely good at that. They're just prone to that. Accusing people of things that you do yourself. Not the right behavior. And I mean, he is quite young to be married. It might not be about marriage per se, but the Empress is the mother card. That's why I'm concerned here. Mother, children. 37 is not that young to be a dad, actually. The older I get, no, it's not that old. But a lot of guys like to sow their wild oats. But aren't you from Europe? Aren't you Italian? I have heard, I've noticed Frenchmen, Britishmen, Never dated an Italian guy, but they tend to be more traditional than American guys. He has Italy, okay, yeah. He has an awful. I was just gonna ask, is he? What's the? Okay, I learned the word yesterday from one of my favorite. Do you know Matteo Lane, the comedian? He's Italian American. There's a term for it for mommy's boy. He's like, oh, we got a whole ass term for it in Italy. I'm like, I've been to Italy several times. I've noticed the little princes. Mombi, what are they? Mama, how did I? Mamaginos or something? You know the word, girl. I'm gonna have to look it up if you can't remind me. But I loved it. I was like, I will never ever date another one of those. I dated definitely an Italian mama's boy. He was a Sicilian mama's boy not too long ago. Maman. Okay, yeah. So this guy is an anti-maman, which is almost as bad. You want a man to have a healthy relationship with his mom, a healthy, loving relationship with his mom. But to have a bad one or to have one that's suffocating, does he live with her? Okay, you think that could be this Empress reverse? You think he could be, oh, he's Sicilian? Okay, yeah. Dang. So he doesn't live with her because they have a bad relationship, you said, right? Or do they, or is it a weird, complicated one? Oh, you work together abroad. Okay. But he's Sicilian. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out this whole Empress reverse thing, if this is him. And we asked about the future of you and him. That's the thing. He hates, so I get it if he was close to her and she already had a girl locked up for him. But if he's not close to her, he hates her but also can't let the family go. Yeah, that bind, yeah. And actually what I just said might hold some weight. She might already not like an arranged marriage per se, but she may already have like a friend's daughter or someone who she wants him to marry. That could be part of it, but there's something he's not telling you, baby girl. There's something he's not telling you, and it's something you wouldn't be. I don't think you'd be okay with it. It may be more of a case of it just being something that's embarrassing to do with him. I don't know, or kind of immature that he's kind of ashamed of. He seems so rebellious. He's not honest. Yeah, that's always been my issue with Pisces men, is I just can't trust them. I just can't. It sucks. I wish I could. I try, but then I hear stories like this, and it just reminds me of the ones I dated, and yeah, and when you are interested in someone, it's very difficult to. It's easier for like third parties to see like, girl, this guy's not telling you the truth, but when you have feelings for someone, it makes it a lot harder to differentiate. Is this guy being real or not? But it sounds like you've got a really good head on your shoulders, girl. And you can tell he's not being 100% here. There's something off here. And thank you so much, Miss Wendy, for your donation. Love, I appreciate you. Well, this resonates. Sad it won't evolve. It honestly, it's sad it won't evolve, but it's sad. I think it's just sadder that he won't. I don't see him evolving anytime soon. And you deserve so much better, love, and you need a man who you can completely really trust and not have to, and which is hard enough to find, but you're already getting off signs from him that I don't think that would be a good start to something growing, you deserve a lot better. And he doesn't deserve someone like you. He and that's, you know, honestly, he probably feels that way because I do feel some shame here. Like he's like maybe feels like he's not good enough for you and is trying to like big himself up. But there's something up here, and it's disappointing that it's just I feel you. It's disappointing that things likely won't move forward, but at the same time, I also think it's a bullet being dodged because if things did move forward, you know what I'm saying, and he's acting this way now, that could just be real bad. So yeah, I don't want to say there's absolutely no possibility of anything ever happening, but I think big picture wise, because it's true, it's not an impossible possibility, but I think big picture wise, you know, you deserve a lot better. It was sexy, but I don't understand why I can't go past this wall. I know that wall. I'm familiar with that wall. Yeah. I've broken past it. I've broken past that wall. I know what you're talking about. It takes some time, not forever. It does take some time, just not having them in your life. And then you see it. Then it's so much easier to see, like, oh dang, like no, that would have been so disastrous. Then yeah. So I hope you get to that point of clarity, and I think you're already real close. I mean, it sounds like you know he's not being real. Yes, I know. You're so welcome, love. You're very welcome, sweetheart. And yeah, let me know if anything changes. I'm definitely curious to know. All right, Miss Wendy. Wendy, thank you so much for your donation, love. How can I help you? While you're typing your question, I'm gonna go grab a glass for my coconut water. Oh, much love and light to you. Good to see you again, Eliza. Hi, my day's been good. I had a class this morning at our art salon that went very well, very fun. And now I'm over at my parents' house, just checking in on the kitty cat. Yeah, I don't know how long I'll be here, but I'm here for now. How are you, love? I get the weirdest ads. I don't know how weird your guys' ads are on your side of YouTube, but I have it open on my phone and my laptop, and I was just advertised clothing for men. I'm like, okay, no, thank you. All right, Miss Wendy, let's do this. The ads are atrocious, for real, girl. I can't tell you how many ads I've had on here for like Christian summer camps. I found one was a Christian gay conversion program. I reported it. I don't know if it's. I'm pretty sure they're illegal if I'm not mistaken, and that's hate. I reported it as hate. Just journaled and had sushi with a friend. Lovely. Trying to take it easy this weekend before I lock in with job search for sure. My question, it it used to be, girl, gay conversion camps. Hell yeah, and I believe they are in some certain states. Like, I don't want to name shame. I don't want to state shame anyone, but like Bible Belt states, yeah, yeah. So, and I don't. This one was not in California, but I still reported it. I don't need to see this hate on my page that has the gay flag. Like, I have the gay flag as an icon every day on my title. Like, stupid. Maybe they were trying to target me. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to ungay me. Anyway, Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What direction is Wendy's work project heading towards? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. You mean the one at that one? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What direction is Wendy's work project heading towards? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What direction is Wendy's work project heading towards? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What direction is Wendy's work project heading towards? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What direction is Wendy's work project heading towards? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What direction is Wendy's work project heading towards? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What direction is Wendy's work project heading towards? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What direction is Wendy's work project heading towards? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What direction is Wendy's work project heading towards? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What direction is Wendy's work project heading towards? The one. Okay. All right. Let's see. We have Ace of Cups reversed. 4 of Cups, the World reversed, 10 of Pentacles reversed, and the Hanged Man reversed. It's not going well. I'm not just saying that to make you feel perked up, but for real, girl, like, those aren't good cards for a project. When I pulled the World reversed, you know, that's... This is the song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. This is the project that never ends. Not coming to the close. It is not coming to the close anytime soon. And things are stuck. With this Hangman reverse, things are just stuck. I mean, yeah, things are moving forward. People are working on it. But in terms of actually, like, I don't want to use that analogy because that's a little too... You know, things aren't taken off. They're not. They're just not. And it's costing a lot of money. It's costing them a lot of effing money. This 10 of Pentacles reverse, it's foolish. I would love to talk to you about this offline. I've got my own theories as to, yeah. Like, before I met you and everything, I had, yeah, like, so, yeah, costing them a ton of money. Loss, 10 of Pentacles reversed, 4 of Cups, everyone is freaking out because the issues can't be solved. Oh yeah, my project is losing money, and they threatened to pull the plug on it. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. This is a big oopsie that only certain types of people can take the chance of making, you know. But really stupid idea. I don't want to say it's a stupid idea. I guess it's a cool idea behind it. I'm not trying to shame the project or anything, but I don't think enough was thought through in terms of finances. And it has also caused quite a bit of precisely, and I have my theory as to that. I'll tell you offline. Well, what do you think, girl? Yeah, you probably know what my theory is. I'll give you a clue. No, that would be too obvious. Yeah, you probably know though. Know enough tuck bros. You know, I know enough burners. I know those types. And yeah, one good night in the Mojave with your buddies hyping you up. This would be so cool. I've seen it with movie projects that don't take off. Like, and it doesn't mean that, you know, it's that they were bad for trying, but was it deeply thought through in a sober way? No. That's the kind of stuff people talk about when they're on shrooms in the desert. That's my theory. And this Ace of Cups reversed, the people working on the project used to be really passionate about it. They used to really believe in it and have a lot of fondness and excitement for it. That's all down the toilet. Maybe there's a few people that are still like, yeah, that still feel good about this, but by and large, it's costing people money, it's costing people time, it's costing the company lots of money, it's costing people time, and folks are feeling as though they're not competent, probably being told that they're incompetent, when in fact it's not a matter of them being incompetent, but the whole project is being so out to lunch. Oh yeah, it's just all theories, but testing isn't solidifying anything. Yeah, and that's what they're investing all their money in, and it's not proving anything. It's not. Doesn't mean, and I also don't think that it's an impossible project. I do think that it's possible. I just think I don't think they took into account how long this is going to take, how much manpower this is going to take, and how much money this is going to cost. I do think it's maybe that's the Aquarius dreamer in me. I do think it's a possible possibility, but it's going to take way freaking longer than anyone anticipated with that world reversed card. Like, when is this coming to a close? Wasn't this supposed to come to a close like a while ago too? Yeah. No one's fond of it, love. So that's where they're at. That's where they're at. Hey, Sammy. How are you, love? The problem is they want to do it in 10 years. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 10 years, I guess, could sound logical, especially to investors or whatever. I don't quite know. And I'm not saying I know blah, blah, blah. Two words, 4 syllables. I'm not saying I know. Samuel does. I don't. But I do know enough to believe that this is possible, but I would reckon 15, 20, possibly upwards of 30 years. And again, I'm not a genius. I'm not involved in that kind of stuff, but just having taken physics, I don't know. It just absolutely, Wendy. Absolutely. Thank you so much, love. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, Sammy. I'm just over at my folks' house this weekend, or I just came over today. My cat's not feeling super well, so I'm just spending some time with her. All the precious time I can. Samuel doesn't think it's possible. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, I mean, I was just going to say, well, I'd listen to him over me, because he knows what he's talking about. At least, yeah, in that case, he actually does know what he's talking about. In every other case, I'm sorry, I know better than he does. But when it comes to that, okay, if he doesn't think it's possible, then why is he even, did he always never think, did he always feel that it was impossible? Or is this a new thing? Like, okay, now I'm seeing just how, like what all the specs are here, and the reality of things. Or does he not think it's possible, period? Or is it he just doesn't think it's possible in 10 years? Yeah, it ain't gonna happen in 10 years. It'd be cool, but I don't see it. How would Samuel feel about me leaving my job? I almost read it like Job, because you mistyped it, just because I love Arrested Development. I don't know if you ever watched that show, but yeah. Job. If I see an idiot on a Segway, it's gotta be Job. I never really cared for Job too much. He always told me it wasn't possible and not safe. Okay, now that I believe. Again, with like things that sound like a good idea, maybe when you're with your homies at Burning Man, and then when you actually like do the math and go to the testing sites and everything, yeah. Reality sets in hard. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How would Samuel feel if Wendy left her job? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How would Samuel feel if Wendy were to leave her job? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How would Samuel feel if Wendy left her job? Messengers and spirit guides, how would Samuel feel if Wendy left her job? Messengers and spirit guides, how would Samuel feel if Wendy left her job? Messengers and spirit guides, how would Samuel feel if Wendy left her job? Messengers and spirit guides, how would Samuel feel if Wendy left her job? Messengers and spirit guides, how would Samuel feel if Wendy left her job? Messengers and spirit guides, how would Samuel feel if Wendy left her job? Alright, love. We have Three of Pentacles reversed, Seven of Swords, Knight of Swords reversed, Three of Cups, and the Magician reversed. Dang. You definitely feel some type of way. Excuse me. The Three of Pentacles reversed and the Three of Cups. And the Seven of Swords. But surprisingly, despite Samuel's reputation, I'm not seeing the Seven of Swords like him. If he finds out that you've left your job, I don't see him talking behind your back. I don't see him trying to screw you over after you've left. I actually see him with this Three of Cups. I actually see him trying to be friends with you. If there's no more worky work, this Three of Pentacles, if this Three of Pentacles is reversed, then I see him, and this is how I see him doing it, in the way he does it, like, really, it would probably be one phone call, where he sounds like he's leading you on to, like, a new friendship, a new slate, and then you don't hear from him because he does not have any riz. He doesn't have what it takes to land a woman like you. He doesn't believe in himself, so why would anyone believe in him? If I don't believe that I'm a cool, awesome, smart lady, then why would anyone else believe the same thing about me? If I thought I was just an idiot, then why would anyone, like, why would someone want to get a tarot card reading from me? Why would someone want to be my friend? You know, you've got to let people know, like, this is what I offer, this is who I am, and this is my wand, my sword, my cup, my pentacle, and everyone has different ones, but he really, and that's the sad thing, is that he's not, well, he has cheated, but he's not necessarily a, like, horrible person. He's not out to, like, violently hurt people. He's so insecure and so not into himself that it takes a toll on the relationships around him, and people get the wrong picture. And you best believe that this. Have you told him that you have wanted to leave? Either he already thinks that you want to leave with this Knight of Swords reversed, or he just wouldn't be surprised if you left. But I also do believe that it would be on his mind a lot, more in the direction of, like, how, okay, so maybe I can, like, you know, maybe we could start something new here. Again, with the ideas that sound like they're great ideas when you're with your homies in the desert, smoking weed or whatever he does. I don't think he does that, but you know what I mean. Like, seem like good ideas when you're partying with your friends or talking to someone, but then you wake up the next morning and it's like I don't believe in myself. That's how I see this cycle happening with him. Yeah, he knew I wanted to leave. I even told him about considering Portugal. Yeah. Oh, he doesn't have your number. He could get it. I don't mean to sound creepy, but he probably could get it. I don't think you can get it after someone has left. I don't believe you can get someone's number once they've left your workplace. But I feel like he could get it from someone else. And that's part of the Seven of Swords, girl, is not lying or theft, but it's like beg, borrow, or steal. He'll do whatever it takes to try and contact you and like swerve into, like try and like swerve on into your life. But he's just not smooth and has a lot of explaining to do. A lot of explaining to do. So that's also part of that Seven of Swords is I know he doesn't have your number, but I could very much see him scheming to find it. If he contacts me, I would confront him about everything. Good. I would too. I would just be like, why? Don't beat around the bush here, and don't pretend that nothing happened. I'm not an idiot. Like, and you know I'm not an idiot. Like, we both know that this was not cool. Why? Why did it happen this way? I would totally confront him because you finished my sentence. I was just going to say I would totally confront him because what else do you have to lose? You won't even be working with him anymore. Or even if he contacted you while you were still working there, I would still, I don't know. Exactly. We wouldn't be coworkers anymore. What's the point? Yeah, if you guys are still coworkers, then it does hold weight. You're right. So yeah, no, I wouldn't say it if you guys are still coworkers. But I also don't see him reaching out to you unless you guys are not working together anymore. And I think he's kind of been waiting for that day. But yeah, you're absolutely correct. Like, what's the harm at all in confronting him because you won't be working together anymore. So there's no harm, no foul. I could see him Seven of Swordsing for real there and not being forthright and not explaining, well, I have self-esteem issues and I'm not great with women, but I really, really like you. I can't envision him being honest there. I can see him being, well, there was the health issue and then I was so busy with work, blah, blah, blah. And like, no. Explain Portugal. Explain the reservation. Like, even if you're sick in bed, you can call and change that, and you didn't. Anyway, yeah, you're very welcome, girl. You are very welcome. That guy, oh my god. That man. My goodness. I cannot imagine him being direct. He's so English. And that's the other thing, too, is he's British. You know, like, how direct are they? Like, they love talking about feelings. No. I tried it. As a teenager, family therapy didn't go over too well. So, yeah, I like talking about feelings, so I do it for a living. I didn't do it much when I was younger. I secretly want to tell him off so bad. I wish you would. And I'm not a vindictive person. I'm not a conflictual person, but I feel like you would probably be one of the first to put him in his place, and it needs to happen because it hasn't happened. So, yeah, I hella want you to as well. But yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you, love. Thank you so much for your donations. I really appreciate you, and I hope I brought you clarity. And I'm excited for you for tomorrow, this new start. Away from work, finding your new direction. You're so welcome, hun. You too. You have a great rest of your Sunday. How long are you hanging out for? Miss Sammy, I will be on for at least a I've been on for an hour and 34 minutes, and I stay on for at least 2 hours minimum. So I'll be on for at least another 26 minutes. Thank you so much. And yeah, whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you. Hey, Sammy, yes, absolutely, absolutely, hon. And thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me go ahead. So a general reading for this week, you got it. And what's your sign again, love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will Sammy's week go? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Sammy anticipate for the rest of the week? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Sammy anticipate for the rest of the week? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Sammy anticipate for the rest of the week? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Sammy anticipate for the rest of the week? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Sammy anticipate for the rest of the week? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Sammy anticipate for the rest of the week? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Sammy anticipate for the rest of the week? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Sammy anticipate for the rest of the week? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Sammy anticipate for the rest of the week? Pisces, all right. We have Page of Cups reversed, the Moon reversed. The Moon is your card. Three of Swords reversed, the Emperor, and Nine of Cups reversed. Did you go through a breakup somewhat recently, Sammy? Starting with this Three of Swords reversed, this is showing me that you're in a healing process right now. Someone or something has disappointed you, and in its reversed form, it doesn't mean that it was a year ago. Okay, it doesn't mean that it hurt any less, or that it was any less painful. But okay, so it's been a year. So you've done some remarkable healing. With it being in its reversed form, that is a sign that you have healed from the heartache. I can't tell you if you've healed 100%, only you can say that. But Spirit is saying that if you're not 100, Spirit is saying you're not 100% healed from it, but you've made some excellent strides. And it hasn't been easy. They definitely acknowledge that. Do you still have, because I'm looking at this Page of Cups reversed and this Nine of Cups reversed here. Starting with the Page of Cups is upright. Usually, I often refer to it as the crush card, but I not so much anymore. I mean, yeah, it's often indicative of a crush, but it's often indicative of someone from our past popping into our lives again, or someone brand new popping into our life. And when it's in its reversed form, it's often a signifier of desiring that person or situation to return. And then when I see the moon reversed right next to it, and we've got this Nine of Cups reversed. Nine of Cups reversed is a card of dissatisfaction, lack of wish fulfillment. The moon reversed is concealment, that which you are not able to see. I don't know when the last time you saw this guy was, but I get the sense it's been a little while. So that's I don't want to even call that bad news, but that's the heavy stuff I'm seeing here. But we've also got some really nice stuff on the horizon, babe. I am waiting for someone new, no one from the past. Good. Okay, good. That reassures me so much, because I don't know if you heard me. I was gonna say I'm saving the best for last here, because there's someone new coming into your life. You haven't met this guy yet. And Spirit's warning you, if someone from your past does try to come, especially if it's that guy, if he does try to come back into your life, don't let him back in, because you've done so much healing and you are so ready for new man. That you are so ready for this new emperor. So this is good. That's what I was saying, is I wouldn't even call this bad news at all. This is Spirit acknowledging that you've healed remarkably, and healing is painful. It's never easy to heal, whether it's from a physical boo-boo or an emotional wound. It takes time, and it's often painful. And they are fully acknowledging the work that it took and the emotions that you went through. But stay strong. And I don't even want to say stay patient, because for this week, no, but I feel like this person is going to meet, I don't believe you're going to meet this man this week, but I feel like you're going to meet him in the next month. I feel like you're going to meet one of his friends or someone connected to him. I think that's who I think you're going to meet this week. Someone, and that's likely someone that you do. Well, you might not even know that person either. It all feels very, very new. And to be honest, you very well could, I don't get to say this very often, but you very well could meet him this week. Will it automatically turn into romance immediately? Not likely. That's not, oftentimes relationships, if they do move that quickly, that's often a bad sign. It's good to take things, slowly and carefully. But I do feel like it's very possible that you could meet him next week. I really do. It's not often that I see this. But yeah, what I am seeing that, like, Spirit is saying you have healed so much. You are ready for this new person, and Spirit's aware of this, and is happy to meet you halfway there, and bring that person into your life. And again, if it's not directly that guy this week, I feel like it's like you're going to be starting on the path to meeting the guy or the person who will introduce you to this gentleman here. What I'm seeing here is a very clear message of, like, don't look back. Like, the past is over. healed so tremendously. Now it's time to just to really welcome the new, and which sounds like you are ready for someone new, and you deserve that. So this looks really reassuring, like a really reassuring message from Spirit. Definitely acknowledging not just your healing, but the process itself, as well as the fact that there's a new guy coming into your life very soon, very soon. If it was soon enough for tarot to read with current energies, I'd say at the very latest in like 3 weeks, but I think it's going to happen at the very latest in the next 3 weeks, but very likely that you could meet him or the person that will introduce you guys this week. And yeah, I don't get to say that very often. But this looks really promising. It's like a really really touching message from Spirit. I think he is already in my environment, the new guy. It's possible. I did get a message that you haven't met him yet. But that's not to say that you don't know him. He could be in your environment, but you haven't like met him, So that's possible. But I did get a message that you have specifically not met this person, but you may know them. That's totally possible. Yeah. There's definitely people I know that I haven't like formally introduced myself to, or met. You know what I mean? No, this looks good. Very reassuring message from Spirit. Very acknowledging of what you went through and this wonderful new beginning that's just around the corner. So yeah, I love this for you. I really like this for you, Sammy. Well, thank you so much, love. I really appreciate you, and I hope I brought you clarity there. Keep me posted. Let me know what goes on this week, and if it's the guy that you think it is. I'm really interested to know now. Yeah, it's exciting. Definitely a new beginning. Out with the old. When one door closes, another one opens. Out with the old, in with the new. Thank you so much again, love, and you're very welcome. You're very welcome. All right, so the donation queue is once again open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you so much. I should be on for at least another 12 minutes or so. Thank you. All right. So it is that time of night. I've been on for just a little over 2 hours. So last call for any and all donations tonight. If you have a question that you would like Luminous Sophie to answer for you, I am here for you. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. Not so sure about my schedule this week. I'll do my best. And as you know, I always do take private readings, but if you'd like one right now, I am here. So it is indeed last call for any and all donations. Thank you very, very much. Last call, everybody, for all donations. Thank you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. Oh, and also a reminder to all my Leos out there, which I know there are many of you. It's your birthday month, so, and this applies to all of you, not just my Leo clients, but you all get a free birthday reading on your birthday. So, and if I'm not on your birthday, just let me know when your birthday was, and we can commence with the reading. Last call, everybody, tonight. All right, looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. Thank you all so very much for being here. Much love and light to you, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.